Welcome to Ruckosaurus Rex, the channel where we review and discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. How are you guys doing? It's been a while since our last go round, as I've awaited product, and product has arrived in the form of action figures from Creative Beast Studio. In particular, we're talking about their Cyberzoic line. I got in my Kickstarter order plus extras that I purchased later after they officially went up for pre-order, and they all came in at the same time. So I will have things to talk about for the next few videos, and we're going to start right here. We have got the 1/18 scale Utahraptor for sure. Now, I definitely do the dinos. I am not into the cyber part of the situation. The zoic I'm with, so you won't see any of the mounts or anything that you can get separately to equip your dino, as well as the humanoid figures in question. I don't collect those either. So what you see right here is what we will be getting. Looking here at the back of the packaging, you can see more of what I'm talking about. Look over to our right. We've got the complete, the Jet Raptor unit, as they call it. You look at the thumbnails in the lower right, you've got the Jet Raptor armor. That's what you equipped your Utahraptor with. And then there's the humanoid, the Night Pilot. Off to our left, we get a thumbnail of the Utahraptor, the figure itself, some toy photography right there. Below, we've got the species profile, length up to 7 meters or 23 feet, the weight up to 500 kilograms or 1,102 pounds. Dromaeosauridae is the family, and one of the larger raptors in the whole family there. The origin is in Utah, USA, Cretaceous, and the meaning for Utahraptor, Utah's predator. And it states here with the features that it's 15 inches long, 23 points of articulation, and it comes with a display base with optional parts, 2 sets of interchangeable feet, and a posable wire tail. Here's a look at what we get out of packaging, still in the clamshell. We've got the figure and the tail, which is applied via a ball joint that's at the base of the body of the figure. And you can either be able to work it on by, twisting back and forth and applying pressure, or if that proves troublesome, heat it up, heat the tail up, the end that of course pops in, and you should be able to get that tail on with little problem. And then of course on our right we've got the extra pair of feet. They are the runners, so to speak. They're partially lifted off the ground, which is cool. And then there is the base that comes with the Cyberzoic figures there, and it has the clip that you can utilize if you want to prop up your figure. All right, we've got our Utahraptor out of the clamshell and standing, tail attached. All I had to do was play the twist game, and it worked for me. And as you can see, even though he comes with a base and stand, you can get it to stand on its own. Right here is the most basic, awkward looking pose, just to get him standing on his own, so I can demonstrate to you that it can be done. I'm quite sure with some work, if you really don't want to use the base, you can get it into somewhat more dynamic posing and it'll stand on its own. But that base is always there if you need it. In terms of the size, the packaging said it was about 15 inches long. So looking, and I can confirm that's indeed the length. And at the 1/18 scale, that comes out to about, it would represent an animal that's 22.5 feet long, which is right in there because Utahraptor was purported to grow to about 23 feet long. It's a big dude. Since we're on the subject of size, it should be noted Utahraptor was discovered, I want to say it was discovered in 92. 1992. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because Jurassic Park. Yeah, we all know about that. Jurassic Park was, of course, being produced in 1991, however long it takes to make a movie of those proportions. And as you all know, the infamous Velociraptor, the villains of that movie for sure, were the way they were portrayed in Jurassic and all the Jurassic Park movies. They were larger, and when I mean larger, they were basically human sized, a little bit larger in terms of standing straight up and down than human sized, and of course that means they had some length to them, right? And the way they were designed, you look at the head and everything else, that was they took that type of structure, anatomical structure, from a raptor known as Deinonychus. Deinonychus had heads that were shaped a little bit similar to what you saw in the movies, and velociraptors, actually their heads were shaped more like what we got here with Utahraptor, believe it or not. Kind of narrow, the snout and everything else. And velociraptors were only, they were like the size of like a large turkey. That's about it. They were not man-sized. I'm not even going to get into their intelligence level because that was definitely just, out there with that. But the wild thing is they got it wrong, meaning Jurassic Park got it wrong with Velociraptor, especially the size. But then a year later, 1992, yours truly over here got discovered. And the crazy thing is this species is closer to the size of the movie Velociraptor. So it kind of sort of, worked out in terms of, it was still as inaccurate as you can be, but it still worked out. Anyway, that diatribe went on a lot longer than I wanted it to, and our boy has just been standing here, basically doing nothing, waiting for me to do something. Anyhow, looking at our Utahraptor, I need to figure out all of Creative Bee Studios action figures are painted based on something that is currently existing, and in this case, it is the harpy eagle. As always, it's based on it, and then of course, Creative Bee Studios, they take some liberties to customize / personalize their creation right here. But the base coloration for this figure is from the harpy eagle. It looks pretty good too. We're talking about a few different shades of brown and some off-white, or the whites are closer to a beige, like it's turning into, like it's about to become brown. And we will let's take a look at that, because I'm really seeing that there in the snout area. Get us to focus in a little bit better. And so you can see we've got some nice detail when it comes to the feathering. And like I said, it's becoming, as you go down the snout, we're turning brown. And we've got some like a bluish area there in the fenestra area of the skull. There's that brown. Our eye is like a yellow eye with black pupil. Pretty cool. We've got speckled brown just adorning the skull totally. And it's pretty nice there. When you look at the browns, we've got nice feathering detail going on. Creative Bee Studios really did their thing. And then look at the, we can call them, well, I was going to call them a wing, but it's really a forearm with feathers. And you see what we got going on here, different colors of brown, the base, then the base for the feathers is like a light brown. You can see underneath there. And then they put a wash where it's changing color there until we get to the plumes out there. Pretty nice. Claws painted black, and the inside and the bottom of the figure has got that look. We've got a nice dirty wash there at the bottom. Looking at the legs, that brown, the whites, and of course the brown from this would be considered the ankle, in case someone was wondering. And the feathering ends right there, white with a brownish kind of wash. Now we've got the rest of the leg going down there, and of course we've got the feet, and they're brown with the toes painted a dark brown. And then of course there's the tail. Look at that, it's looking real nice. The feathering is very, very nice. We've got the striping going on, and the nice dirty wash on the underside. It's pretty nice there. As always, I'm always impressed with the detail from Creative Beast Studio, and the Utahraptor has not altered my opinion on that. As far as articulation, because these are figures, not just models, the head independently can move up and down. As you can see, we've got articulation in the mouth. And before we continue with the articulation, let's take a look in that mouth. So you see what's going on there. Nice pink, the teeth individually painted and white. You've got there at the roof there, and I don't know if you guys can see, but we do have nasal passages in the mouth there, so pretty cool. Anyway, the head can go up, down, move independently left and right, but you have a couple joints in that neck to make the head turning even more. So you gotta love that. And so you can see how the range, I'll turn it away from the camera, so you see what we got going on there. And you can rotate all the joints, so that's pretty cool. The neck itself goes up and down. The torso, before we get into the forearms, can go left and right, up and down. Mine just got caught a little bit. There was and down. And you can go left and right, side to side with it. Then the forearms, I'll go more interior style. Well, let me go forward this. You can get it to go in like that, out. It can rotate, as you can see. We've got articulation there at the elbow, and we've got articulation at the claw. And the feathering is separated, so you get that going on right there. Pretty cool. The legs, I got it like this so you can see that you can spread them a little bit. You can rotate that far. You can get it more, but you're forcing the issue doing that. And you can go back like that. Pretty nice. You've got articulation at the knee, so you can bend that far, and it does rotate. You've got articulation at that ankle. Make sure I got it straight for that. And there you go. So you can get the ankle to pivot that far forward. And of course, straightening it out like I had it in the beginning. The feet rotate, and very little pivot there. The sickle claw, you've got articulation that way. As far as the tail, because you saw from, or you heard what I said at the beginning about it being on a ball hinge there at the base, you can get it to go up, down, and swivel it, this, that. And you got sections right there, the tail. So this is, and see, it just came off. So that lets you know. Let's see if I can get that back on while I've got you guys here. Okay. And the bendy wire tail, as you can see right there. So that's what you got going on for our buddy here, the Utahraptor. Here's a shot of the Utahraptor with the stand, in case you want to get him in some kind of pose that is just problematic getting it to stand on its own. That's what the base is for. Here's a shot for comparison of Utahraptor up against another very large dromaeosaur. We have got from Creative Bee Studio, a killer beta. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit because this is a shot, definitely. My thoughts on the Creative Bee Studios Cyberzoic Utahraptor. You know the rules. When it comes to Creative Bee Studio and their figures, for me, they haven't gone wrong yet, and they've knocked out the park again. We have got Utahraptor. I'm glad we've gotten Utahraptor. A few years ago, I had gotten, and I can't think of which raptor it was, but one of the smaller size raptors. Creative Bee Studios had them in 1/6 scale, and one of them looked. It closely resembled a Dakota Raptor, so I used to have that stand in for that. And it was nearly this size too, because it was, scaled at 1/6. So that made sense. This guy, however, is scaled at 1/18, and he is accurately scaled at 1/18. Like I said before, at 15 inches, that comes out to representing a 22.5 or 22.5 foot long animal, and that's what this guy does. So he's right there at that scale. The coloration, what did I say it was? It was the Harpy Eagle, and beautiful. That's the base, and then whatever personality that CBS gave, it really set it off. The articulation is on point. You could see with this, in the last couple shots, I had the walking foot. One of the left foot in this instance was the walking foot. So you got to see it. You got to see it with the stand. Here, not using the stand. So like I said, it's possible. You can do it. Just got to work with it. I'm not going to tell you the time in between this segment and the last that it took to get them that way, but you get the idea. You got to have the love in order to stick with it. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this guy. If you want one, Creative Bee Studios, they have them in stock, so you can go on there and get yours. And you won't regret it. You will not regret it. Anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comment section about Utahraptor from CBS, Cyberzoic. And I'm going to have other beasts coming. Like I said, I got a nice stash the other day when it came in, so I'll have some content for you guys. So definitely, in order to know that, hit the notification bell. In order to do that, though, you need to subscribe. Definitely hit the like button so I can know what's up. And then that notification bell that I just mentioned, you'll get notified when I upload another video. So until then, guys, this is Ruckosaurus Rex, Cybernetic, Cyberzoic, and Creative Bee Studios, Utahraptor, 1/18 scale. We out. Take care.